Hey y'all, I'm back. Am I still having anxiety? I don't know what this is. Um, so I'm gonna share something a little intimate with you guys that I've been going through. No, I wasn't crying. I'm just cleaning up my makeup. Take some deep breaths with me for this one. Let's shake it all out. So, something that I've been writing about for Bee in the Bonnet, which is coming out. It's gonna come out, but it ain't coming out too soon. It will be on the Words by Ziona.blogspot.com. I'll send the link below. Tough Love is up there for now, but Bee in the Bonnet, excerpts from that, passages from that book will be shared on the blog before I turn it into a printed piece for print in ebook. I might not do an ebook because I'm gonna have it on the blog. And as I told y'all before, I don't do my writing for currency or money or monetary gain. If you want to be a successful writer, keep your day job. So anyway, something that I've been dealing with, and I think I spoke to you guys about this in a video a couple of months ago. I forget the title of that video, where I was saying how whenever I try to be myself, people get intimidated or feel like, I don't know if they're offended. I think it's just intimidated. Like, I feel like people are intimidated by my intellect. And what happens is, like, yeah, I get intimidated too. I get offended sometimes. It's very hard to offend me. But I get intimidated sometimes, and I can get offended. It's about how you respond to it is what, how you respond to it is what matters. Do you correct yourself when you offend somebody? Do you try to, support that person to make them feel better? Something you said or something you did? I don't know. Everybody's different. And sometimes people don't give you the chance to correct yourself or to apologize to them. And that's a person's right too. You don't have to put up with nobody's shit. You don't have to accept nobody's offenses. But in the Lord's Prayer that says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. We got to remember that. So I'm still having a little anxiety. I'm a little excited. I'm a little bit worked up. And the only person I really know how to talk to when I don't know who to talk to is you, me, us, this. And when the universe shines a light on me for something that I'm going through, this just happens to work. I don't know why. I don't know where to start. It's like people like to put people in boxes and try to categorize people based on their age, put you in a box based on your race, put you in a box based on your religious beliefs or spiritual practices, put you in a box based on your likes. There are a lot of people who are in these boxes because they're not leaders, or they're not originators, or they're just blind sheep following, the herd. So welcome, viewer. So for everybody, it's different. How we view the world, how we view ourselves, how we want others to view us, and how that is different within itself. Like, how people look at me is different than how I look at myself. How I want them to look at me is different than how I look at myself. How I want them to look at me is different how they look at me, So it's very important that we try to balance these things out sometimes. I mean, it's already perfect balance and harmony, but we're still going to go through the test of the waves of the current of, disruption, chaos, balance. Like, it all works together in its own beautiful way. So right now I'm having a hard time because it's like the people who matter to me, because I really don't care what people think about me. It's really none of my business, and I say that all the time. But for people who I am close to, like my family, they matter to me, and what they think of me matters to me because they are part of what I come from. They are part of my roots, what make me me, what makes me what I believe in, what I've seen growing up, and knowing the language, of our culture, knowing about loyalty and what trust really is and what trust really isn't, what's real and what's not. So my family is all I have. I don't have friends. I have associates. I have people that I'm trying to work through making friends, because you guys know this about me. What the fuck is a friend, really? But I'm trying to open up my network to have associates that are more than acquaintances, but are not as, a level of family. And that's hard for me because I've been scarred. Oh, that's why, because my comb is in the bathroom. Guess I'm going to use this. So, yeah. Some people feel like when your family is dysfunctional, some people, they just cut them off and keep moving. That's your decision. That's not what I chose. I chose to stick with blood, because blood is always thicker than water, and I can't help that. That's just, no matter what we go through as a family, we've gone through it as a family, and we will continue to be a family. And I respect that, and I love that, and I honor that, and I'm grateful to have that trait within me, that trait of loyalty, that trait of respect from what I come from. Even though people say you come in this world alone, you leave alone. No, you don't come in this world alone. You come in this world attached to your roots, to your mother, to your womb, to a womb. And then you detach from that womb by somebody coming to cut that cord and make that disconnect, discording, the whole thing. So I hate when people try to put me in a box because they look at me like, oh, wow, she's young, so she must know how to work a computer, and she's young, so she must know how to work. I don't know how to work no fucking iPhone because I'm young. Oh, she's young, so she can help us elderly people carry all these bags. No, I'm disabled. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop looking at me because I'm young. I gotta do all this shit, and you expecting all this shit. Oh, I'm too young to be going through this, and I'm too young. Listen, age ain't nothing but a number, and we've been saying that for centuries. So I don't understand how people could put you in a box because of your age or how old they think you are. I met people who, don't even look well over 60, got, great grandkids and shit, and are well over 60. I'm like, damn, I thought you was my age. Shit. I'm over here chilling with somebody great grandma. And that's a beautiful thing, though, because you're like, damn, but age ain't nothing but a number. You can't judge a book by its cover either. And people want to be, oh, well, you are poly, you believe in polyamory, so you can't be monogamous because you believe in polyamory. Yeah, I believe in polyamory. Yes, I practice polyamory, but I can also be in a monogamous relationship. And I've said that in a video, and I'm going to take y'all back to that video too. That's coming out. I'm going to take y'all back to that video. I'm going to get that clip, and I'm going to show y'all when I said I don't plan on being in a polyamorous relationship for the rest of my life. I do plan on settling down with one person, but until I can get to that, I wanted to be courted. And so I courted. You had to lick a few frogs and kiss a few frogs to find the right one, to find the prince. And that's normal. Like that girl on that Basketball Wives said, I'm everything y'all was before y'all was married. So, people just try to put me in a box. And then when I have to open up and be like, no, don't put me in that box. You know what I mean? Don't, I can't stand it. It's okay. Like, I could deal with it. Okay, this person put me in the box. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let them think what they want to think. But when I am who I am, being who I am, right? And I'm trying to express who my family has raised, who they made, to make sure that they can move forward in life knowing they taught me well. knowing they taught me well, knowing that I took in what they've taught me. Welcome, viewer. I've taken what they taught me, and I've created this, and I am who I am. I want them to see the beauty in that. I don't want them to be intimidated. I don't want them to be running from me and saying, oh, she's an angry black woman. Like, I don't want the shade. I just want to be respected. Like, I never wanted to be respected in my life. I could care less about what people's superficial beliefs or systems of respect was and mutual respect was. I used to be like, in order to get respect, you need to give respect. You need to show respect. You need to teach it. As a child growing up, you want a child to respect you as their parent. You need to respect that child as your child so they can learn how to respect you. You can't be going around talking about, oh, my child is disrespecting me. You're disrespecting me, but you don't respect your child. So, and I can give several examples of what that looks like. No, you can't go outside. Why? Because I said so. How is that respecting that child? Tell that child why they can't go outside. Keep it funky. Because you didn't clean your room. Or you need to do your homework. Or you got to go get your hair done. Tell that child why they can't go outside. Respect that child. Don't be lying to that child. Like insulting the child's intelligence and shit. Just had somebody say something to me about, oh, well, we're your family and we're not your friends. And you need friends to talk to. What the fuck? I sit in social group settings all fucking day for work and for personal recovery. My issues are beyond just needing to make friends. You know what I mean? Like that truly was just like, after all that I've been through, welcome, viewer. After all that I've been through, this person feels like I shouldn't be congregating amongst my family. That maybe my voice is too powerful, or my message is too big, or my vision is too bright to be shared. I don't know what it is. I just had this conversation with you guys a couple months ago. Like, it's still happening. And I'm meditating through it and I'm pondering it. I still don't get it. And for me, it's fucked up because it's like, I internalize this shit. Like, if it was just some random person on the street, like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. And, you're not right about who I am. You don't know who I am. But when the people who made me who I am are questioning me about who I am or making me feel bad about what I believe, or, the people I look up to, people who have raised me, and I look around and they look at me like I'm a bad person or something because I believe in something a certain way because of my experience that they put me through. Like, it just... And this video makes no sense because this shit doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of this is sometimes where the anxiety is coming from. Because even if I was to call one of my buddies from work, I would have to deal with their opinions and them saying things that I don't like about my family. Because I can say those things. You can't. That's my family. I can talk about my family as it relates to me in whatever shape, way, or form. That is my family. So I'm not going to, and like, for example, if you're in a when you're in a relationship and you and your spouse has a problem, you should be talking to your spouse about that problem. You shouldn't be going outside of the relationship to work out the problems of your relationship. Because it doesn't work like that. My problems stem from my family dynamics, my family dysfunction. And so if I'm having a problem with myself, I speak to myself first. Then I go to the next best thing, which is my family. Yes, I go to God. Yes, I meditate. That's myself. When I go to myself, I'm internalizing. I'm talking to my universe. I'm talking to my God. I'm talking to my faith. I'm talking to my higher self. Then the next thing I do is I go to my family. Now, when I go to my family and I can't work out these problems that I have with my family, I'm not going to run to a friend to try to work those problems out. Know what I mean? Because I have anxiety from what, and I can't put all the blame on my family. I have anxiety from what society has done to me, family included. That's still part of society. Follow me. I just know that I need an anchor. I always need an anchor. Not saying I don't have an anchor. I'm just saying I be needing an anchor to try to ground me. And my anchor is usually like my art, my writing, my video blogs, my music, my cooking, and my joy of cooking for other people that I love, eating well, going out to a nice place that I like to eat at, having comfort. Those are my anchors, my beliefs, things that I've seen, that I've experienced that is beyond this physical dimension, things that I've accomplished. I just want people to sit here and understand that I didn't become what I am and not going to become who I am or stop becoming who I'm supposed to be because they don't understand it. And I have to make peace with that. Just because they don't understand it doesn't mean I need to stop. Or just because they don't understand it doesn't mean I did something wrong or there's something wrong with me. And so that's where I guess the issue lies within me, is what I'm combating. I think that's where the issue lies within me, that what I'm combating with is I'm not always the fucking problem. That's fucked up because I can't control other people. So if they're the fucking problem, hey, I'm a lost cause. You feel what I'm saying? If they're the problem and I'm not, then put this back in here. Then I'm a lost cause because I can't do nothing to change others. I can only control and change myself, and that's the root of dating with a diagnosis. But if they're doing this to put me in a box, if they want to put me in a box with young people, they want to put me in a box with queer people, they want to put me in a box with non-Christian people, or put me in a box with black people, Hispanic people. They want to put me in a box as being a girl and not a woman, or a lady instead of a girl. That's where it starts to be like, okay, you have a misconception of me that is not true. Let it be somebody random on the street or somebody even at my job. I'm not really trying to get you to understand who I am, because you ain't even on the level of the vibration to even get there to begin with. You can't even get to the beginning of where I start to be what the fuck I am. I don't waste my breath. But I hold my family at a higher vibration. Whether they are as high as me or not as high as me well, it's actually a low vibration, but, spoon feed. I need a beer. So, I hold my family at a higher standard, let's say that, because they should already know what time it is with me. And it seems like now lately, like they're forgetting. Like they're forgetting to understand. And maybe they're not forgetting. Maybe I'm evolving. Maybe I'm evolving into I'm going to say newer self. Spoon feed. Maybe because I'm evolving into a different aspect of myself now, with all my accomplishments and all my goals and my vision, maybe they can't keep up with me. And I have to ask myself, is that okay if I evolve and I have to untether from what I love the most? For some people, untethering from what you love the most could be a substance. Untethering for something, because when you have an addiction to cigarettes, alcohol, whatever your vice is, and you have to untether, that thing has been like an old friend to you. That's when a wise man once told me, those things are like an old friend to you. It was hard for me to quit smoking cigarettes because cigarettes was like an old friend. You know, something familiar. And you're going to go through withdrawal. So for me, if I have to evolve and untether from things that keep me grounded, am I okay with those certain things that I am untethering from? Am I okay to untether from those things? Now, I just want to be able to be myself and express myself openly without having to censor myself to go down to to somebody else's level. I don't expect people to reach like certain things. Is like some things. Okay, there's something that I was taking a class and the subject was over my head. Like, it was a challenge for me. Like, it was one of the few places, like classes and things, learning environments. It was one of the few learning environments that I went into. Excuse me. It was one of the few learning environments that I went into that challenged me to be like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. But I enjoyed it. Because it kept me hungry to try to understand that. And reach for that. But even though I wasn't grasping it, I was enjoying myself. So I guess sometimes that's the response that I be looking for. Like, even if you can't understand me or get on my level, I shouldn't have to bring myself down to your level. And you shouldn't expect me to bring myself down to your level so that you can understand me. Either you get it or you don't. But you gotta respect it. And that's where I'm going at with it now. It's like, I just need to be respected because I've given all this respect. And I expect for it to be mutual. That's all. I'm not asking for nothing more, nothing less. I sit there and let you vent. I sit there and let you express yourself, like what you like. I sit there and let you do those things in my presence. I'm not even letting you. It just is what it is. But when it comes to me expressing myself and being who I am and sharing my beliefs and my likes and my wants and my dreams and my visions, it's like, it feels like I gotta ask you for permission. Or I need you to tell me what to do. I don't need you to tell me what to think and what to do. I'm past that. I'm not a child. I'm an adult. Whether you're family or not, that's how it goes with me. I don't interact with people. The only difference between family and then like associates or acquaintances that I make a difference about, the only thing that I make a difference about with that is whether I give a fuck to explain myself or not. That's the only difference. Other than that, it's the same conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have, maybe I'm just evolving. I don't know. Maybe I'm just evolving because something is not connecting. It's a pattern. And remember that video I told you guys? Even when you see a pattern, you keep at this door. You have the keys. Learning the long way, not the hard way. I'm trying to learn this lesson the long way, not the hard way. I don't want people running from me because they're intimidated by my tone. Or they're intimidated by my views. Or making them to feel, or think I'm trying to make them look stupid. Because that's what people do. People do be sitting out here trying to make a person look bad. trying to point out their flaws, trying to go behind their back and gossip about them and make them look bad. People do that, but I'm not one of those people. And where you got it messed up in the game is that you try to put me in a box with those people who be doing that stuff, and I don't do that. So now that's gonna rub me off, and I can just be like, okay, whatever. Think what you want to think, whatever. But when it comes to people that matter to me, like, I want this person to be proud of me. I want this person to see my growth. I want this person to respect everything that I've been through into where I am now. And I just want that respect. Oh, yeah, I'm going to fight for it. And I don't mean like physically fight or get violent. It's just, I want you to be part of this. I want them to be part of this process, a part of this growth. They don't have to be. That's just something that I want. And I know it's weird. Like, to somebody on, a different vibration and be like, you shouldn't want, that, And it's like, no, I really do. I don't cherish many things. I don't. So the things that I do cherish, like my family, I want things from it. And I want to give things into it. Drinking a Coronita. I just don't want to give up. My past, when I would go through things like this in my past, especially when I couldn't process them, I would freak out. Like, I would have a whole episode, psychotic breakdown. And I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to shutting myself out or dumbing myself down to be loved, to be respected, to be accepted, to be understood. I'm going to go through that shit again. I'm trying to work through this process. And I'm trying to keep what little bit of support I have in this reality during this path that I have to walk. That I've kind of chosen to walk. But I didn't have a choice. Okay, I had to step in to my purpose. Purpose was already there. I already knew it. I just didn't know how, and I didn't really want it. And I didn't even know how, but when I started trying, then I knew how, and it's okay, this might work. So I just started, whatever. Like in that video with Families for Depression Awareness, I said I stopped trying to end my life and started trying to live. And that's the big difference, because these things that I battle with is life and death. It may not be like somebody working on a skyscraper, life and death, like in somebody's mind, but for me, it is life and death. It's life or death. Like, this is life and death shit that I'm going through. This shit matters to me. And yes, I'm safe and I'm not suicidal. I'm just saying, in comparison to the old me, who had to battle all of that, self-harm, self-neglect, self-abandonment, having confusion, being mistrustful, being paranoid, all those things, that's my past. And I'm trying to work through that to have a better life ahead of me for now and for the future. And some people don't understand that. Because I can just, if I really wanted to, welcome viewer, if I really wanted to, I could just shut the world out. And just be by myself and struggle by myself. But I did that before. It wasn't getting me nowhere. I wasn't going nowhere fast. So that didn't work. Shutting the world out. Shutting myself out. Because I need the pupils to see my inner me. I need those portals to understand myself. Portholes. This is deeper than rap for me. I am on a spiritual journey in a physical body. I wouldn't say it's warfare. I wouldn't say it's spiritual warfare. I just say it's a spiritual journey. But I think I'm going to leave this here. I think I've said enough. I feel better enough that I got it off of my chest. I'm going to post a passage from Be in the Bonnet to go along with part of what I was just saying about all of this disrespect that I'm getting from people about my views or about what I like and who I am and what I believe and what I practice and what, what I'm trying to strive for. All these things about myself is being met with disrespect because somebody wants to put me in a box based off of one thing I said without hearing the whole story. You're trying to solve the problem when I didn't even you won't give me a chance to give you the formula and you're sitting here trying to solve the problem. And this is not anger. This is passion. I feel passionate. I feel curious to learn more about myself. I'm kind of excited because when this happens to me in certain seasons, I know I'm going to learn something from it. I'm going to take away so much more from it by being patient with myself, being patient with my environment, and being patient with the tools that was given to me to work things out so I can learn things the long way and not the hard way. Why are people running from me? Are people intimidated by me? Why? What can I do so people don't feel intimidated? But why do I care how I make somebody else feel? Because they're responsible for their own feelings and their own response and their own reaction. But when they project that shit onto me, I have to deal with my shit too. At the end, you see, because it all just comes back around full circle. So it does matter to an extent, and that's to some extent, I just don't give a fuck. But you gotta care about something. And like I said, certain things I cherish, I don't cherish many things. I cherish my voice. I want to matter to people. Oh, I'm not going to say that to Yanni because that might hurt her feelings. Or I'm not going to do that to Yanni because she don't deserve that. Or let me apologize to Yanni because I fucked up. Or let me correct Yanni and fix her crown so she can shine more. So she can glow. Let me inspire Yanni to keep going. And not to give up. Or try to give up ever again. Whatever giving up looks like. Let me defend Yanni. Because what that person